Good evening.
I'm Joe Harkins, and I play the newscaster.
Today marks the first day of the landmark Asia-Pacific Peace Conference in Hanoi.
The fact that it was taking place during a indeterminate period of history in terms of, what year is it, allowed me to think in terms of, well, who would I use as a model? And I decided on Walter Cronkite. He had this informal title of being America's most trusted and America's most beloved newscaster, because he brought that to the camera every evening at 6 o'clock, or at least in the New York area. That's the timing. And people grew to depend upon that as their daily news and their assurance that it's going to be all right. I've had a connection in Korea going back a lot longer than anybody in this room has been alive. I was the first distributor in the United States, the sole distributor in the United States for a little company that made bicycles called Kia. I think some of you have heard their name. And I was living in Chicago, and it was one of those, I was running a business that imported sporting goods from Europe, and a buyer in a Chicago department store introduced me to the agent in the United States for Kia, and they were looking for somebody to be a distributor. And I said, oh, I can do that. And so for, I guess it was about a year, I was the sole distributor in the United States. Visited the factory, found it fascinating, and at that time they were showing me that, well, we're going to, maybe by this time next year we'll begin making a few motorcycles. And then I remember some years later picking up a magazine and saying, my God, look at the cars they make. Yeah, it was very interesting.